I'll show you how to do foundation paper piecing with reusable templates. On the left you see the regular paper template, and here is the template traced onto freezer paper. I pre-folded the seams, it'll be easier for sewing later. You can easily trace the template onto freezer paper by using a light box or tracing the shape against a window. Now you place your template against the fabric as you would do with regular paper piecing. This means all of part 1 has to be covered by fabric. The wrong side of the fabric goes against the shiny side of the freezer paper template. And now you press in place. The shiny side will stick to the fabric through pressing. Here you can see it stays nicely in place. Now you fold your template again along the sewing line. This works best by using a postcard. Now you need to cut off the seam allowance. I'm using a add a quarter ruler, which you can line up with your template nicely and cut off exactly a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now you take the fabric for part 2 of your template and line up the seam allowances. This time you put the fabric's right sides together and then you stitch exactly along the fold, not through the paper, but along the fold. The 1/4 inch patchwork sewing foot for your sewing machine works perfectly because it lines up with the edge and you can stitch exactly along the fold. And here you can see the stitching line. It's right along the fold of your template. Now fold back fabric number 2 and press in place. Fold over the fabric and then just give it a nice press. And again, the shiny side of the freezer paper will stick to the fabric. Now you repeat the step for the next sewing line. Fold again the sewing line, cut back the seam allowance to a 1/4 inch, and then line up the fabric right sides together along the edge of the seam allowance. Now again, do not stitch through the paper, but exactly along the fold of your template. And here it is, the seam exactly along the fold of your template. Again, fold open your fabric and press against the template. This stays nicely in place. Now all you need to do is cut off the excess fabric. You can easily do this by using your ruler and your rotary cutter. When you're done cutting off the excess fabric, you can easily pull off your template and reuse it for many more blocks to come.